So we got a lot to go through, a lot of exciting stuff. Right off the bat, I think everybody is kind of wondering, how are we feeling? Kevin, returning guest from our last podcast, he had some pretty, I would say, lofty goals. Let's hear about how the weekend go.
So I was looking to get sub 60. That was the goal. I think Lewis was like the top one, I think, because we were splitting 50-50, so that was going to be the easiest one, but the heat, we couldn't really get it, so.
That was the second weekend, right?
Yeah, that was the second weekend. I got an hour 50 with Sean. Hour and 50 seconds. And then 58:13 with Sof. And then an hour and a minute with, and what was it, 46 with Lewis.
And those, Sean and Sophie was the first weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
Thursday and then Saturday.
And?
Yeah. Well, first with Sean, I was like, oh, if I can't get it with Sean, I don't know if I can get it with Sophie. also because I was really sore.
Right.
Not really sore, but kind of sore. And it was really cold that day.
Yeah, I raced the same day.
Yeah.
Wait, which day?
It was Saturday.
Our day.
Your
so,
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
And this is the day after the race with Sean?
2 days.
2 days after. Okay.
So not much break,
No.
not much recovery.
I slept good and I ate. I did my leg sleeves, my compression leg sleeves,
Oh,
and
nice.
I was chilling. Yeah, I don't know how we got that sub 60 though.
Yeah, so you guys got 58:13. Sophie is Bella's sister. Sophie is now qualified with Kevin to go to Worlds, which is next week. Are we going?
I was saying I would go. I don't know.
Yo,
When's the deadline to?
It's like we have like 2 days left or something.
Okay, all right. So there's still some time to decide, but first, not only first flag at Maven, first place age group, and Worlds qualifier at
Yeah.
Maven. Huge news. Only the second year through, or I guess first full year through of doing HYROX races, right? So that's huge, not only for Maven, the brand, huge for you guys, and definitely, hopefully more to come up here. So you guys have a big decision to make. All this is very exciting. A big decision of whether to go to Stockholm, right, or roll the dice and defer for next year, right? So I think everybody's kind of waiting on you guys' decision. Obviously, I think it'd be cool either way, to go to Stockholm on short notice, but accommodation, something to consider. But then the unknown of next year of kind of like where you guys are going to be at, where the actual Worlds is going to be at. So I think personally, I would probably defer. But obviously, that's a huge decision you guys have to make together, right? And Sophie, you are leaving for West Point soon, right?
Leaving soon. So that's sort of a big factor in deciding what to do because, going to Sweden very close to the date, it's about 10 days away, I think.
Right.
Maybe a little less than 10 days. So, it might be a little difficult coming back from that and then going straight to basic training. I think that's probably my biggest factor in consideration. But, I would love to go to Sweden. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially because we're sort of in the zone right now.
Right.
We just got finished with our race, so, getting right back into it shouldn't be too hard. But, it's also, I think seeing where next year is could be pretty cool. It could be somewhere.
Yeah, because last year was in Chicago. This year is Stockholm. So next year you got to figure they're going to try to change the region up again. So maybe somewhere in Asia, maybe
that's
South
what we're
America. So, a lot to kind of consider and almost like anticipate for. And that should be announced probably right after Worlds
Pretty soon,
this year.
I would think.
Yeah.
Right?
So
How does that work, though, the whole deferring thing? It's like...
you're
you say,
guaranteed a spot into Worlds next year.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
Didn't some people they didn't like Matt?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
so that was a whole mess up by HYROX because they were supposed to get they've deferred to this year, I think, right? And somehow slipped through the cracks, and they aren't guaranteed a spot in Worlds, I don't think. So yeah, just something, if you guys do defer, something to kind of make sure you
Keep
follow
on
up
top
with,
of it,
right?
yeah.
But going back to the sub 60 race, right? Because you guys have both done races, not with each other, but separately. You guys have both done mixed doubles, both done men's doubles, women's doubles. How did it feel going into the race? Like, you guys were obviously training separate, but also some sessions together. What was the preparation like to get that attempt?
I knew we had to. It was like 4-minute kilometers. So
that was
like,
your target pace,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we knew what we had to run at. So like 6:30 pace. And we kind of split up stations, so you would always be ready to run at that speed whenever. So
How did you split up the stations? Like, take me through the ski, the sleds, you know, burpees, everything. Like, how did you split it up?
So ski, I believe we did, it was 150.
no, I did 250.
Okay, 250.
You did 150.
So he started and finished
Okay.
every station just because he's the stronger runner, so it makes the transition a little easier.
Right.
You know, I have time to kind of, you know, catch my breath
Yeah.
before we go back out and run. So yeah, I think ski was just like 150, 250. Well, he
Yeah.
started with 250. And then what's next? Sled push.
Push and pull, I did 1, she did 1, and then I did 2, and then she did 1, and I finished with the last one. So I did a total of 4, and she did 2.
Okay.
I think it was better than, like, you know, doing it halfway.
Yeah.
Right.
Did the
Even-
6 lengths make it better, do you think?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think it made it
Ooh.
better.
Just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
quicker transitions?
Okay.
And mentally having a shorter length,
Yeah.
especially with such a difficult station, I feel like is very
Helpful.
Less
I don't know, yeah,
pausing
very
and
help-
stopping.
Yeah, right. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about the burpees?
Burpees was pretty even.
it was just like by reps. So I think we did like 5 to 6 reps.
Smart.
If we're close to the end, the line, just keep going. You know,
Yeah.
just finish it off. What was
Smart.
that?
So
Rower.
it was like very structured, like 5 and done. doesn't
Just
matter,
do
or-
however much.
Yeah,
much?
just
So-
like
and then
go.
you're
Just kind of go by
yeah.
feel a little bit?
So like
Yeah.
5 to 8, like
And
okay,
just be ready to run. You know how much you can handle, right?
got it.
Rower was I did 400 or
Yeah, you did 400.
300, and then
300.
I finished the last 300.
Mhm.
Farmers, I did a good portion, right? And then you did a little bit, and I finished, right?
I did like 5 meters.
I
Maybe,
don't remember.
you know, the usual. And then what?
Lunges.
Lunges.
I did a full one, then you
Mhm.
did a full one,
Mhm.
and I did like 2/3, and then she did like 2/3, and then I finished it.
Okay. And then wall balls?
Wobbles was just like AMRAP, but
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's how you have to take the approach for the wall balls especially.
Right.
How did it feel using the men's weight, especially trying to keep up with him?
I really enjoy mixed doubles. I don't really know why. The weight is significantly more than, you know, the women's weight,
Yeah.
women's open, doubles. I feel like the weight is not too bad just because he's taken a huge load of it. So I don't know. I kind of enjoy having a heavier
extra
weight.
challenge.
It's a challenge, yeah.
You also train with the heavier weights too. Like, it's
Exactly.
not-
So I
Yeah.
think that definitely made it
Yeah.
a lot easier in a sense, just because I tried to train with heavier weights. And, you know, even just like, for example, the lunges, I would do barbell lunges a lot just so I
Right.
can load that up and, you know, get used to that heavier weight.
good.
But yeah, I really enjoy doing mixed doubles because I feel like the challenge is there. Even with women's open, it's pretty challenging in itself just because you don't have someone else to sort of take all that that weight and the load. But I think it was fun. It was a fun time, even with the heavier weights.
Yeah.
I think the weather really helped us out. The
Yes.
Yeah,
cool
that
weather.
first weekend, I would say definitely was the better weekend to
Yeah.
race. Now, what point, was there a point during the race where you guys realized like
Yeah.
sub 60 is in the bag and maybe even like first place worlds? Like, do you guys think about that at all? Or was it just
First
like
place,
get to the finish
worlds,
line?
Like not at
Yeah,
all.
those two factors in it were just like not really
Yeah.
not really there during the race. I don't even think before we were like that's possible, to be honest. I know we were having a little talk about podium, maybe, you know, flag, but our goal was sub 60, so that was really our only goal at the time. I remember during the race, I didn't look down at my watch because I was dying. I was, you know, there was no time to look down. There was no
Waste of
energy. Yeah, it was just not, I didn't have anything left in me. But I remember, I think it was around lunges, maybe after lunges, that run, I looked down at my watch and it was like, I don't know exactly what the number was, but it was something that I put into my mind, and I was like, okay, I think sub 60's there, you know? And then we got to the wall balls, and we had a good chunk of time left before that hour mark. So
We had like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it was
yeah, I
like
was just
55 when we were
egging
going into
him.
wall balls.
Okay.
So I was like, we can do it in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think wall balls, it was set. We were like, we can do this.
Nice. That's awesome.
Were you guys like pushing people out of your way on the runs too, or?
I think so.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the first race with Sean. Like there were so many people in that course.
It was bad?
I was like weaving and pushing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, I can't imagine how it was on that first day because I feel like for us it was still pretty bad. You know, we were like on your left, on your right. There was some elbows coming out, you know, but
It was getting a little dirty.
it was friendly. It was out of love.
Yeah, because you guys were kind of like one of the first heats of the mixed doubles to go. So you still have a lot of people that are finishing up their solos. You have your heat going in. You have other heats of mixed doubles following you. So there's a lot of people on this course at that time. So it definitely got a little crowded for sure, especially with how narrow of a race course it was this year.
And it wasn't, there was usually in their indoor races, there's a line to sort of mark that fast lane, but there was no line.
Right.
So we had a lot of people walking in that inner
Fast
section.
lane.
Yes, despite them saying multiple times to stay on the outside if you're walking or going
Can
slower.
I be honest?
You were one of those people.
It's okay, Gio. It's okay.
I was dying. But anyways, can we talk about the goals that you guys had set before the race? Because I know that there was like a bet that you guys had made. Can we like get into that?
Wait, was that with Carol and Bella?
That was
I think
Carol
so.
and
Oh,
Bella.
that was
Carol,
them.
yeah.
Okay, that wasn't you guys.
No.
No.
So let's talk about the bet a little bit.
Well, the bet that was with
written
Carol
bet.
and Bella.
Yeah, let's hear
Yeah,
it.
I bet them I'll give them $100 each if they get under an hour and 10, and they got it.
They
Yeah,
got
they got it easy.
108.
109.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're out $200. But you
it's
got a
fine.
flag, so
Yeah.
it was a good weekend. So yeah, we had a lot of people racing. I raced 2 races myself. Gio, you had doubles.
Yeah.
You had another race with Carol, right?
I did the weekend after.
And then we had a bunch of our members between Paramus and Pal Park. We had like over, I would say probably 30 plus people racing between staff members and all that. So we had a lot of people hitting PRs, a lot of people racing for the first time. Off the top of your head, is anybody that you can think of, other than maybe yourself, who like stood out to you, like either first time performance or like had like a really good race or a PR or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, who stood out to me was Jana. Jana did really well. Her and her partner, who I think is Mimi, they got an hour and 13 minutes.
Wow.
So they crushed it.
On a very hot day, too.
On a very hot day. So it would have been probably even lower, hour 10,
Exactly.
I'm guessing. So they did really well. I'm trying to think of anyone else. I mean, Bella and Carol, they
Yep.
did
They did
awesome.
amazing.
Hour and 9 minutes. That's
For
really
Carol's
good.
first one.
Carol's first one.
Yeah, that's
And then he did it with Sophie at 105. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol's
He's gonna pass me soon.
let's say that.
Bro.
just
I think it's
getting
just
started.
your family's genetics is just
Yeah.
like top tier, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean everybody did a great job. You know, despite the like record-setting heat that we had, the challenges of the course and everything like that. Super proud of everybody. I'd say personally, you know, I would say it was a tough race, probably tougher than last year. I did solo the first weekend. Thankfully, it was like still like 50-something degrees, 60-something degrees, right before you guys actually. And I got a 4.5 minute PR, which is good. I'm thrilled about that. I was hoping for a little bit faster. I was dealing with some illnesses. But I think the goals that I kind of set out for before weren't necessarily attained. But I think my performance definitely got me a little more hungry to reach that like sub 120 mark for solo. And then I don't have any races planned for the future. Now you got Boston solo, first solo.
First solo, yeah.
And then you have you
Pro
have a
doubles.
bunch of stuff coming up.
Yeah,
I'm doing
I
pro
got a whole
doubles with
list.
Carol.
Yeah.
We're trying
My
to get that
goodness.
sub 62.
Oof. I think y'all can do it, seriously.
Yeah.
I think,
That'd be
yeah. Now,
crazy.
Carol's locked in now,
Yeah,
right?
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think New York got a lot of first timers now start to be eager to find more races and to keep stepping outside their comfort zone. But let's talk about the hot topic of the actual more the second weekend, right? So second weekend it was a bunch of heat, right? We had 9-degree days.
Yeah.
We had cancellations. We had people. I don't think anybody from
Storm.
us
No
got
one
canceled,
here,
right?
no.
Yeah, none of our people got canceled. But Saturday, that second Saturday, there was a bunch of races that were canceled due to the storm coming in. People complaining on social media, posting videos, ripping HYROX and stuff like that. Personally, with an outdoor venue, you get what you get. You know the risk going into it. Does it suck? Yes, you're spending all that money to travel, spending all that time to train. But at the end of the day, like, this is with every outdoor sport, every outdoor competition. Like, you run the risk of inclement weather, cancellations, reschedules, whatever. Unfortunately, with a race as tightly scheduled and packed as HYROX has, you don't always have the opportunity to get pushed to another day or time. So people were pissed, and rightfully so. But HYROX tried to do their best and kind of honored their race entry with another one in the future, right? What do we think about that whole situation?
They're giving out was a voucher.
Yeah, for a free race in the future.
I don't know. Just give a refund.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see both sides of it, where it's like, you just want the cash in hand. But I think they kind of figure, like, you already paid for a race and we're training for that. You might as well just sign up for a different one, even though it's not going to obviously be in the same venue.
Should be a refund and then some. Like, people are flying over. They're getting hotels.
Yeah, but
But HYROX can't control the weather either.
yeah, and they have that on. I'm sure they have that in their terms and conditions. Like,
Yeah.
they posted it everywhere. Like, it's subject to weather.
Yeah.
There might be cancellations.
True.
That's
What they
the risk you run.
What they should do is have the HYROX in the Javits Center
That's a
instead
good
of
one.
outdoors
That's-
on the pier. I think
yeah.
in the Javits Center would be way better.
I don't know why
And
they
then-
don't do it there.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I think next
So
time they
I
do
think
that.
the appeal of New York is obviously the pier, right? You have the outdoor venue. It's the only outdoor venue in North America, right? And that's why everybody flocks to it, not just from the tri-state area, but people coming up. I ran into one of my high school friends
That's great.
who I haven't seen since high school, whose wife was raised in New York. They live in North Carolina. So
People coming from
they came all the
over
way
the
up here
world.
for it.
Wow.
So there's people coming from all over the country just to race New York because of how great of a venue or different of a venue it is.
Is that the
probably the-
reason? Or is it just because it's the city, no?
I think it's the
like
venue.
the biggest event.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, 10 days of racing.
Yeah,
You don't
right?
have that anywhere.
And this is the only outdoor venue that they have so far, right? So I think if you put it in Javits, you're going to have a ton of people that still want to sign up because it is New York and whatever. But I think you lose a lot of people that are coming from out of state or across the country if you put it in Javits.
Okay.
Now, I've been saying this since day one. They need to have a winter HYROX in New York in Javits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give us something in the wintertime, indoors, obviously, so that we're not traveling all over the place between, DC. They need a Philly, for that matter. Add a Philly one. Obviously, they added Boston, but Javits, wintertime, do it.
Yeah, please.
We need more races around this area.
I have a question for both Kevin and Sophie. Going back to their race, I just want to know, like, can you guys take me through, like, just the 1 week before preparation for the race? Like, what was going through your minds? Like, you guys did have that goal for sub 60, but, like, how much did you actually believe in yourselves? And what did you do to really prepare yourself for, race day? The whole week. Take me through the whole week, or even, like, the day, the 30 minutes before the race. Like, what's going through your head?
So, okay, this is not part of the week before, but I think it was around 2 weeks before. We did do a sim. We did it here, actually. And we hit a pretty good time. obviously without the rock zone and with easier sleds because we used the tank. But that was the first time I kind of felt a little more confidence because Kevin is obviously a lot stronger, a lot faster, a lot better at, you know, HYROX in general than I am. So I don't think I had that same confidence in myself. But after we did that, you know, I was dying, but it was there, you know,
Like,
we
I can
got a
do
good
this.
time. Yeah. So I feel like I kind of put in my head, you know, with all the adrenaline, you know, race day, whatever, I could definitely push through it and, you know, get that time goal. But regarding the actual week of, I don't really think I did anything super specific to sort of prepare myself. I, you know, stuck to a lower training load and, you know, had some intensity. I don't think I ran very much just because I have a lot of injury issues, you know, throughout the year. So I just stuck to the bike, you know, just kept it chill, kept it pretty low key. And then maybe
about-
2 days before, whatever, just carbs, lots of carbs.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then we raced. Yeah, I don't really know.
What about like the day of? What was going through your head? Are you nervous?
Day of.
Like right before the race?
A little nervous. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely nervous.
Yeah.
A little
Nothing-
excited.
yeah, I was
just
more
very
excited.
But like you've done this before, so it's like
Yeah, it's nothing we don't know how to do.
It's all fun.
Yeah. It's just, it was definitely excitement.
Just
Maybe
another
we'll
day out of the
learn.
office.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Same old.
Now, you raced New York last year.
Yeah, with Lewis.
You did not, Sophie?
I didn't do New York.
What did you think of the whole setup this year with like registration being at the Javits?
I think it makes sense.
And like the whole course change that they did.
Weren't they trying to do that because there was already too much going on there, so they moved it?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I kind of thought it was a little bit of a mess last year with like, obviously not having the people bridge, right?
Yeah.
And having everything kind of in the pier just made it super, super crowded. I mean, it was taking people like 30 minutes to an hour just to cross the actual race course to get inside there.
Yeah, good thing they had that bridge.
So I actually really liked, I know people complain about, oh, we got to walk all the way from Javits. Like, it's right down the hill.
it's not that
Yeah.
much.
You're about to run 8 kilometers, stop complaining. I liked it being in Javits, the registration and all that, because obviously it offloads a lot of that mess. And I actually think they did a pretty good job with structuring the course a little bit better. So it wasn't like you were kind of have to go like back and forth too much between the stations. And, you know, they had a nice little section for the store there. I thought the warm-up area was a lot better than last year. And other than like the actual size of the race course, I liked this setup better than I did last year. So I take it back. I was bashing the whole setup for HYROX New York last year. You guys redeem yourselves, and I'll race again next year. But yeah, I know that a lot of people were complaining about having it in Javits. What did you guys think of the actual like flow of like the stations?
Flow?
I thought it was
Yeah.
okay. I am a little directionally challenged, so I do think if I was solo, it would have been a little bit of a different story. But Kevin had raced before our race, so he kind of knew where everything
I
was.
did get lost that first time.
Yeah, I think there were like a few moments where we were like, oh, like, are we supposed to
Yeah.
go that
Also
way?
'cause
But we ended up turning.
We were running so fast, I was like, the burpees were like all
Yeah,
the
we
way
were
up.
just kinda
Yeah,
on
that was the only
autopilot.
confusing part was the
Yeah.
burpees. They
Yeah,
were like
I've
kind of
heard-
tucked back in like the right corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But they did have like signs on the floor and stuff like that, and they had people directing. So
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Compared to other venues, do we like this setup better? Other setup? What's your favorite setup that you've raced?
I think it was it Boston? I think the rock zone was very small. I like when the rock zone is small.
nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
What about you? You raced
You said
quite a few
Vegas, right?
places.
I don't really remember. I did like Vegas, I think. I feel like Vegas, there was a lot of running down. You know, New York, I think there was like, you kind of just like, it sprouts out
Splits,
in
yeah.
a way, yeah. But Vegas, you just run a really far way down. Like the farther you get in your race, you have to run farther.
Okay.
So it felt like
That
I
was very
running-
similar to
DC.
DC.
Yeah, it just feels like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
running forever,
Yeah,
you
okay,
know.
I don't like that.
But
Yeah,
It's like a whole
DC
extra
it
lap
was
for me.
like It was like ski, sled, and then it
Yeah.
was like everything else is all the way down there.
Yeah, and then you gotta come
yeah.
all the way back out to come out and
Yeah.
loop around. Yeah, I didn't like that.
What would be for New York? What would be one thing that you would change or want to see changed about either the venue, the race lap setup?
I don't know, Gio.
Maybe more space, I guess. I mean, one thing for me, just get it off the pier. That's just my opinion.
You want it gone.
Just get it
Yeah,
off
you're
the pier.
you're full on Javits.
Get it, put it in Javits. That's just my opinion. I mean, the outdoor is cool, but it's just hot. No one wants to race at 90 degrees. You know, it's
Come on,
also like
man.
it's a medical concern as well. Like we have people passing out on the course race day. You know, I saw a person drop down. I was gonna say drop dead. He didn't die. He's alive. Dropped down and passed out on the course while he was running. So
You didn't drop down. No.
Common for the in-out to be right into the fast lane? Because I felt like.
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, it is common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's usual.
Yes, it is common for the in-out arch to be right against the fast lane.
They were just like walking slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue with like the in and out arches, that if you don't have your head on a swivel, you could
Yeah.
get plowed into.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do? Look, this is something that they should like standardize in HYROX. Put your blinkers on.
Oh,
Like
that's
this.
what I do.
Everyone, you go
when
like this.
When I come over to the
I'm like
to the
this, yeah.
fast lane to come into the arch, like I stick on my arm.
I'm like, I'm going
Like
this
I'm
way.
coming this way.
And everyone's like, oh, thank you for at least telling me. I'm like, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm going this
Yeah.
way. You know?
Do it like you drive. Put your blinker on,
Yeah.
or that you're supposed to drive.
That should be a standard.
So what was your thing that you would change? Oh, Javits.
Yeah, put
What
it in
about you?
Javits.
I don't know.
Nothing.
No.
What about like specific to your race? Like,
Or I mean, at least the water. The water was.
Oh, water.
The hose water. There
The
was,
hose
like,
water? It was better the second
There
weekend.
was
No,
stuff
it
in
was
there.
bad.
There was like bugs
Don't
in
tell
there
me
and
that.
everything.
Well,
no,
it's outside,
it wasn't even
man.
that. It tasted like
It tasted
it
like
was
chemicals.
not drinkable
Yeah,
water. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Toilet
saw
water.
on TikTok a couple people got sick or went to the hospital or
Oh,
whatever.
jeez. Oh my
I don't
gosh.
think that's related to the water. I think you just didn't train enough.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I thought it tastes like hose water. Like I grew up drinking hose water outside, so I was fine with it. But I will say the second weekend, they definitely changed something because it did not taste like hose water.
Right. It was better.
Yeah,
I don't
Something
think
was
so.
better.
It tasted nasty the second week.
No, I think it was definitely
Yeah,
better.
it was
If
different.
that was better, then I don't know what you guys are drinking. in the
Bro,
first
it
place.
tasted
That
like
was-
chlorine.
That was not water you guys were drinking.
It tasted like chlorine. I only stopped a couple times for water because I was like, that's nasty.
That's crazy.
What would be the one thing you would change or want to see happen for New York?
Definitely make the fast lane more clear. I think that was probably, I would say, top 3 issues. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people were saying for HYROX, New York City, just the fast lane wasn't clear enough. And I don't know why there was no tape there. I feel like after the first day even, people were complaining.
Mhm.
And I don't know why they didn't take that initiative to make it more clear. I saw a couple signs and stuff. It was like on the
There was
plants.
it was like on the planters,
which
which
just
I
was
think
it still
that's what
wasn't
they were
enough.
trying to do. Like the square plants, like to the right of it was, I guess, the fast lane. To
Yeah.
the left of it wasn't.
I also think the plants should go.
yeah. So that would be my thing. Is like they need to do something about that. I don't
Yeah.
think they will because it's probably just
Part
like
of the
cemented in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, those planters were a pain in the butt
Gosh.
trying to like move around.
I was knocking my head constantly.
Yeah.
I'm
On
like,
the
ooh,
branches.
like constantly.
Yeah, and especially when
Wasted
you
energy.
got to the far side of it by the wall balls, it got super narrow there.
Yeah.
When I was doing my solo race, it was so windy that the whole fast lane was blocked by the fencing. Like it blew out into the fast lane. So you pretty much had no option but to go left around the planters, pretty much until you passed the wall ball entrance, and then you cut back over if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But there was like 1 or 2 workers that were like trying to like push the fencing back,
Yeah.
and then it would just blow out again, and then eventually they just gave up. So it just blocked the whole
Funny
thing.
story. When I was doing running right in that area you were just talking about, right by the wall balls, there's a guy pushing me in the back. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna move. Like, and then he continues. He keeps on pushing me in my back, and I'm like, all right,
I
bro,
had
like,
an
who
arm
is
on
this?
your back?
Just
Yeah.
move around.
I know,
yeah.
but then I move all the way to the slow lane. I'm like, bro, I'm in the slow lane. Why are you pushing me? And I turn around, and it's Paresh.
Oh my god.
I'm like, are you kidding me, Paresh? Are you kidding me?
Oh my
So
God.
that was funny.
So
I just
Fresh
turned
was
around.
keeping up with you.
Listen,
Yeah.
we we were on our last run.
Oh,
He
that
just
was the really
started, and
slow
he was
one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
we're not going to talk about it. Very slow run for me.
Yeah.
But we're going to get better. So, yeah. I have 2 more questions, though. One for each of you guys. We'll start with Sof. How do you believe training for HYROX is going to prepare you for West Point?
Oh, I think it's like it's just definite correlation, I guess. A definite help, you know. I feel very, very physically prepared with all the HYROX training and stuff because it is running and weights and, you know, just staying locked in and staying ready, you know, at all times. I think it'll definitely help me during my time in basic training, just because I can run pretty fast. I can, you know, lift my weights. I think I just feel very prepared.
Yeah.
Physically,
do you
at
feel like
least.
it's going to be easy? Is like the training at West Point, is that going to be something that's easy now because the HYROX, you got first place,
Yeah.
right? Like, what do you think?
I don't think it'll be easy just because there's so many other factors that can contribute to your fatigue during basic training. So a big thing for me is I sleep a lot. I sleep is very, very important for me, and I know during Beast
You wake up to sleeping much.
You have very strict wake up times, so I think that will be a huge thing. Your fuel's not going to be the same, and you're also just in a very unfamiliar environment. So all those different things I think will contribute to lots of fatigue and lots of, you know, mental just despair. But I'll be okay. I definitely feel physically more ready, you know. There's still a lot of unexpected, and I'm ready for that as well. But physically, I think HYROX is definitely a huge benefit.
Good.
I'm very grateful for that.
And Kevin, where do you go from here? Like, in terms of because you know how people, so it's HYROX, and then it's like the ultra marathon, and then it's like the Ironman. Like, what do you see for your future in terms of fitness? Like, are you just gonna stop at HYROX? What are you doing next?
Nah, we keep on going.
What else are we doing? Like,
I mean, now I'm going to be doing less HYROX. I'm going to be training for a half Ironman now.
Okay.
So I have to swim now. That
Okay.
sucks. Learning new things. I tried it. It's rough. But, we'll do it.
yeah. Okay.
And then I'll do an ultra.
Ultra?
Yeah.
So that means 50 plus?
No,
Or-
it's like 6 hours.
Okay.
It's like
6
a 2-mile loop on repeat. How many loops can you do?
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds boring.
It's fun.
No, remember from last episode?
Yeah, I know. You just gotta
is-
run.
yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta run.
That is
It's
funny.
another day out of the office. So just wrapping up a little bit, for the couple viewers that we have on these videos, if you were to give one piece of advice for somebody who is racing New York next year or looking to get into HYROX, what would be the one takeaway?
Oh, racing New York. And wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Like racing, if they are 100% in on New York next year, what would be like the one piece of advice you'd give
I
somebody?
mean, this is easy. Just run. That's
All right,
like-
other than just run, we
that's
went through this
easy.
last
Yeah, you stole
podcast.
my
Like, you just
answer.
gotta
Well,
run.
look.
Give
That's
another
literally
answer.
it, though. Like, we can
And you
say it
can't
3
use that
times
either.
and it won't be
Can't use
enough.
No, nobody can
Alright,
use just run.
fine.
That's a given. Just run.
All
Okay,
right.
that's number one.
So
Number
first
2.
time. I would say it's harder than you think. I'll say that because I had done 2 HYROXes already, and then I did it again. I'm like, does it get easier? You know,
just
that was what was
Just
going
wait
through
till
my
you're solo,
head.
bro.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
I didn't even do
different-
a solo.
That's a different
yet,
animal.
so. It's harder than you think, but at the same time, it's also more. It's like super satisfying once you finish.
Yeah.
So it's both of those. You know what I mean? And then once you finish a super hard thing, you feel super good. So that's what I can say. I mean, just mentally prepare for that. So yeah.
For me, at least, like one thing with the heat, like a lot of people were cramping, so like you gotta know your body to like take sodium, take electrolytes, even like carbs, right? Anything to help prevent that cramping.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is New York gonna be around the same time?
It usually is.
Okay. So yeah, just be ready for the heat, and also I think a big thing is just be grateful. You know, regardless of whatever environmental differences there are, just being outside, just be grateful for the opportunity to race in such a great place, a famous city, you know, probably the most famous city in America. I think HYROX is just an amazing experience, being around people who want those same goals and are just trying out something new, or shooting for sub 60, or shooting for, you know, their goal time. I think it's just it's a good place to be, you know, regardless of your race results or whatnot. You know, you're racing in such a really cool race, a
Right.
cool international organization that is doing pretty cool things around the world, and, you know, helping people get into fitness and be active. So I just think it's good to stay grateful for that sort of opportunity, just being around such cool people.
Yeah.
Especially for new people, my biggest advice or takeaway would be take social media with a grain of salt, because everybody's posting these crazy times, everybody's qualifying for Worlds, getting first in the age group. That is not a normal experience for
Yeah.
HYROX. These guys are not normal.
No.
Sub 60 is not normal. Sub 90 is not normal. The average person is not going to finish around those times.
Yeah.
So don't have that expectation. It's great to have those goals, but don't have that expectation that your first race, if you are not seriously putting in the time, the training, and continuously trying to push yourself, that you're going to get these crazy times. Like, that's not a normal thing. It's something that you can work on and something you can work towards, but these are not normal.
Yeah.
In the real world. On social media, yeah, everybody's a world qualifier and everybody's getting first in their age group and getting the podium, but us normal folks, we're just out here trying to get better, trying to just continuously chip away, and that's what everybody should be doing with these races. So with that being said, everybody's got their own goals, everybody's got their own plans, everybody's got big decisions to make about upcoming events. And we have an upcoming event on July 26th. We have our own HYROX competition here, Maven Rocks. So that's going to be Sunday. Really looking forward to that. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned on social media. We'll have registration details out very soon. And we hope to have a great event for that one, same as we did in the fall for our Maven Rocks. So appreciate you guys all watching. If you got any questions on social media, questions for Kevin and Sophie, just in general, make sure you comment on these upcoming clips.